what's going on? It's been almost 9 weeks to the day since I discovered I had a sacral stress fracture. I went for a run with my friend Sean. I had to pull up after a mile. A couple of days later I got an MRI just to confirm it, and I've been on the road to recovery ever since. And I'm just on my way to do my longest run. It's probably going to be about 10 miles up and down to the summit. It's going to take me, I don't know, hour and a half at least. Nice and easy, just to see how the legs are going up and going down. So if you have had a sacral stress fracture or any other type of stress fracture, I'm going to go through my recovery, what I did, how I got back, and what I'm doing now. So this is what I've been doing for the last couple of weeks. So obviously it happened a week before the World Mountain Running Championships. That's what I was training for, and I got to miss that, but I did get to go over and have a good time over there, and got to rub shoulders with the best mountain runners in the country and in the world, and gave me motivation to get back. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm going back to the mountains. So here's what I've been doing for the last couple of weeks to get back to fitness, you know, to be able to enable myself to run these hills again. And we'll touch base over on Keeper Hill, and we'll have a little chat afterwards as well about what I'm doing strength and conditioning wise, and what I thought happened that caused the stress fracture. See you then. Come on! The scene of my crash a couple of, was it 2 weeks ago? Running is definitely safer. Oh, those lungs are getting woke up. My heart is going, what's happening here? It's all part of the process though. I love it. You don't realise it till you're injured, the amount of hard training you do. You know, when I couldn't run, I was looking back thinking, look at all the training I did. I know you're probably the same. Running twice a day sometimes, working. Nobody's paying us to do it. But we still do it because it feels good. And I might be breathing heavy, but I can run. I don't care if I'm coming last in a race from now on. I'm just happy to be back out there and running. Before I went
to the World Mountain Running Championships, I was thinking in the back of my head, I don't want to come last. You know, going over there against some of the best runners in the world. And I really ramped up my training, and all I was thinking about, I don't want to come last. And then a week before it, stress fracture. And now I'm thinking, I'll come last at any race. I don't care, as long as I'm getting out there and getting a chance to do it. So I feel kind of liberated from stress and pressure. That's one thing I'm taking from this injury. Give yourself a bit of credit that you're getting out there and doing it, and instead of thinking, I want to be the best, just enjoy it. If we get results, good. If they don't, be happy you can still try harder next time. That's the main thing, you know. Give yourself some credit. I'd rather come last than be injured. That's my motto going forward. But I'll keep working hard, no doubt. If my legs let me, tomorrow's registration day for Tokyo, and hopefully I'll be one of the top 25 in the Run as One program. There used to be 250 places, now there's only 25, but hopefully my 226 from Chicago will get me in. Woo! It's not even that steep yet. I'm sweating. First time in a long time, and I love it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Now we're coming to the hard part. Last climb, heart rate 167. That's around my 10k effort heart rate, so you can imagine that. I'm only going easy up the hill. My first hill in about 9-10 weeks, and my heart rate is, oh god, woo! But it's such a good feeling though, to be able to do it and not feel any real niggles, you know. I'll take it. Give me this. I don't care if it starts raining heavy. I don't care what's happening. I'm getting up to this summit, and that'll be the start of day one and the comeback, I guess. And hopefully we can stay back. Woo! Nearly there. Feels good. I feel good. Oh, my longest run in 9 weeks, and I still have to get back down, so it's fair to say it's going to be a proper long run, but I feel good. Didn't think I'd see these pillars again for a while, but I'm not going to take it for granted now. I'm just going to take it nice and easy down and take it real easy. it's going to be a lot of changes for me in terms of my work. I finally got off the shift, so it's going to be interesting to see if I can get back, what's going to happen when I can actually follow a plan now, and I'll be able to share more information and more data with you guys. So let's see, elapsed time. So 46 minutes, and my heart rate was the same probably when I raced that same segment, and it'll be interesting to compare the data when I go back down. I think I came up the last time in 35 minutes or something in the race, so long way off, like, but you know what, I'll take this. Conditions couldn't be worse, like. But I'm so happy. If you can see me smiling, like, I don't care what the weather's like, as long as I can run, I'll take all this. I'll take any bad weather that comes at my way, as long as these legs are pain free. New perspective, liberation. Woo! Oh. Longest run. Feels good. Feels good. Delighted with that. It's good to be back. We're back base building again, but I was more worried about the coming down than the up, you know, putting pressure on the Sacral area, but I didn't feel anything there when I was coming down, so I'm really happy with that. It gives me a lot of confidence that I can do it again, so it's gonna be good for building my strength over the next couple of weeks. A couple more of these, and I might even start going back doing a couple of speed sessions, who knows, on the road. I'm going to treat this phase now as just kind of a restart back to base building, and I will definitely start introducing some short kind of strides just to see how that kind of circle area holds up, and hopefully the groin area as well. That has given me trouble, but I had no problems there. I've been doing a lot of strength and conditioning. I think that has helped me a lot, definitely. It's something that I neglected for years, and I was going to make a video before about how you can run 2:26 and don't stretch or don't do anything, and I think that you get away with it for a while, but it does catch up on you, and especially when you're injured, it's nice to have a plan B. I always said that before. If you've been watching my videos, you need to have something that'll get you out there every day, you know. And if you can't run, cycling or the gym or whatever, like, you gotta stay in the game somehow, like, otherwise you're just going to throw the towel in. And there was a couple of times that I had the towel in my hand, but I didn't throw it in, thankfully. And I just kept finding different ways to kind of keep myself out, you know, whether it was doing upper body stuff or, you know, concentrating on my diet. I think if you're injured, like, and you're kind of struggling, you just have to, you know, you have to forget about running, like, just forget about it, and then channel your energy into something else, like, and when the time comes, then you get back. And that's what I'm doing now, and I'm feeling good. You know, I'm not gonna say I'm back officially 100%. I have a long way to go still, and the fact that this wasn't a trauma injury, you know, it came because of my training, obviously, and in the back of my head I have to think that it could come back. What's going on? I guess we can say we're back again. 10 miles there on Keeper Hill, just under 2,000 feet of elevation. It's a place I know well. I've been training there for the last number of years. Whether I'm doing mountains or road, I usually go up there to build up my strength, and it's a place I know well, and the conditions for running are good, especially now. I'm trying not to go on anything too undulating. So I'm delighted with that. 10 miles, and I was running for just over an hour and a half, and I felt great. I went up, I met another hiker up there. He was chilling out, so I had a little chat with him, and I was buzzing just to get back and
just not feel anything, you know. You get reminders every now and again. If you have a sacral stress fracture, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's like you just feel a bit of stiffness in your whole kind of hip area in your joint, and sometimes it comes, and I know, like, from speaking with the orthopedic surgeon, like, he told me, you know, 6 weeks you'll be able to come back running, and this is week 9, so I'm confident that I did everything right, and I'm not expecting it to be healed 100%. It's definitely strong enough for me to get back running now. Not so much test it out, but just get back and enjoy it. So let's go back to the start, I guess, and bring you up to the first day. I thought I had something to know. I was on the night shift. I was working. I was sitting in my car. I had my legs up in the steering wheel, just trying to lie down and get a bit of rest. You know, doing these long 12-hour night shifts. And it was a busy few weeks with training. I was training for the World Mountain Running Championships. I was going to be on the Irish team. I qualified after the Morris Mullins Ultra. I came 4th. And 3 weeks later, I did Boston. And a week later, I did London. I did a lot of hard training, and I was tired. But I thought I was almost there. I was probably going to do one more session, and I was going to taper for the World Mountain Running Championships. But I got out of my car, and I felt something in my back, and I thought it was muscular over the way my leg was on, up, you know, elevated in the car. And I was working for the next 9 hours maybe, and I was limping around, and I was pushing and pulling heavy stuff, and I didn't think nothing of it. I just thought it was one of these normal pains that you have when you're a long distance runner. And the next day, I met my friend Sean, went for a run. After 200 meters, I felt it again, and my whole hip area was really tight. And usually with a muscular kind of injury, it kind of loosens out as you get into it, but it just kept getting worse and worse. And I got as far as a mile, and I stopped. And I knew that something bad was going on, like. So that was the Monday. Took a couple of days rest, seen a physio. Thought it might be a glute problem, and I'm sure my glutes were tight anyway. That didn't help the cause, like. But I was hoping it was only a glute problem, and went for a run on the Wednesday, just 400 meters, just to see, because I knew, like, I had 10 days, I think, before the race anyway. I thought, if it's not something serious, I can just rest up and I'll get to go and run. And I tried to run 400 meters, and I just couldn't. I knew it was I was in big trouble. So I rang up Bon Secures. I got a referral. I went to a couple of doctors. I did everything really fast in one day, and they actually got me in for my MRI the next day. So I suppose 4 days after the first pain, I got my MRI and got the CD. I drove out to an orthopedic consultant, paid him €250 to look at the CD, because I wouldn't have got the results in time from Bon Secures. He told me it looks like a stress fracture of the sacral bone, and showed me everything that goes with it, and that was it. My World Mountain Running Championships was over, and it was hard to take. Now, it was tough news, like. Very hard, obviously, when you put so much into something and you train so hard, and I guess taken away from you. But it's my own fault anyway. You know, sometimes you have to put your hand up and say that you need to take it easy a bit. I know, at least I know what I can do, and I did some serious training the last time, and with the shift work as well. It wasn't a good mix, like. My body just couldn't handle it, and you know, I couldn't recover, and that's what it was. Like, if I didn't get the stress fracture there, chances are it would have happened me over in Innsbruck anyway, and it probably would have happened me during the race, and I probably would have kept running and made it worse. That's the only thing that's giving me some sort of comfort, is that I nipped it in the bud really early, and that's probably why I'm able to run now 10 miles up a mountain, you know, 9 weeks after it. And I'm looking at stories there of people that have it, and like you're reading articles and stuff on Let's Run or whatever, and so many people find it very hard to come back. Like I hope that today wasn't a false dawn, and it's going to come back at me again. I'm sure it's not going to heal 100% like on until another couple of weeks at least, and I'm not going to like try not to go too crazy on it, but yeah, it's but it's good to be back, and hopefully if that's the best it gets, I'll take it. I'm just happy to be back running, and I just found cycling. No, it's great to have the bike. You need to have something when you're not running, because when the orthopedic surgeon told me 6 weeks no running, I actually bought into it. I didn't even think about running then. I just forgot about it and thought, I went off to the World Mountain Running Championship with the Irish team. I had a great fun over there, and it's on the last video if you've seen it. And I met some cool people over there, and it definitely gave me the hunger to come back. And in terms of my own training then, I have basically been using the bike. I've been doing a lot of cycling every other day, more or less. I've been going on the mountain bike up around the hills just to build up the strength. And I bought myself a TRX set, which is brilliant. I like this. You can carry this around in your car, and if it's ever a situation where you can't get out running, or if you're running, or if you can't get out cycling, it's good to have a plan B. And I found the TRX very beneficial. So there's like 20 things on a chart that they give you, and I just did 20 of those. That was my set. It took me about half an hour, but I was doing something, and I was doing a lot of stuff that the physio gave me, like calf raises and glute bridges, one-legged stand-ups, just to strengthen the quads, things like that. And I definitely found that my strength has improved, because when I did the calf raises in the physiotherapist's office, I think I could do 17 or something in a minute, but now I can do probably 100. It just shows how much of a weakness I had in my muscles, because I neglected it. I was going to make a video last year about how we can run 226 and not stretch or not do anything, but it does catch up in you. So you're definitely gotta put some time into the condition in the body, like, because especially when you're getting older like me, you need to look after it, and that's what I'm going to do going down the line, because things are going to change. I finally got off shift. I know I've been complaining about it all the time, but tomorrow I'm starting straight days, 8 to 4, and I'll never see night shift again, hopefully. So it's going to be interesting, because I never worked straight days since I became a runner, and if I do get back to full fitness, it's going to be interesting to see how I'm going to get on without having to worry about night shift, and I can actually follow a plan now, and I can have a routine, things I never had before. And I've already kind of sorted out my diet, because when I couldn't run, I focused on that. So I was basically cutting my calories down to around 2,000 to 100, and 3 meals, 2 snacks when I could, and all healthy, of course. And I did have 1 or 2 days off now where I might have consumed a bit too much alcohol and a bit too much food, but you need days like that, when you're recovering anyway, just to kind of give you that extra motivation to get back. But I'm back now. Tomorrow is really the start of everything, I guess, because I'll be finished at 4. I have 4 more hours extra in the day if I need to train. I don't need to be worrying about doing stuff on my lunch break and going back into work tired, and it's just horrible, like. But I did get some success out of it. I can't complain. So that's where we're at, 9 weeks post injury, and I'm a lot more optimistic now, and I'm looking forward to getting back and doing some road stuff. I can't wait till I do my next speed session, but I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna be sensible. And it's debatable now. It's 10 weeks to the Chicago Marathon, and I have an entry for it. I don't know what I'm going to do. Will I build up and just go over and run it as a long run, I did 10 miles today, run for an hour and a half. If I go to Chicago, obviously 26 miles, but looking at the field, you've got Hassan and Kiptum, the London Marathon winners, and Galen Rupp is making a comeback. And you know, I was running with him last year, if you remember my video from the Chicago Marathon 5k, and I'll be up at the front again with them if I go back. But obviously it won't be for long. I won't be long going backwards, like, because my fitness is obviously not going to be there, but it's going to be special, you know. And I'm looking at the price of the flights, and they're going up every time I check them. So I have to make a decision soon if I'm going to go to Chicago and line up with Hassan, because it's a special race. It's my PB course, 2:26 last year, if you've seen that video. And it's definitely on my mind to go back and just take the GoPro with me like I did in London and go over and enjoy it. So that's where we're at. Any questions, if we had a sacral stress fracture or whatever, I'll go through maybe some things I was doing in another video, because now I'm going to be able to be more consistent. Hopefully going to be able to post more, and if I decide to go to Chicago, obviously I will make a video log of my training for that and how I'm trying to get past this injury and stay strong. So hopefully you'll see a lot more of me on here in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully you're all getting out there and in good health. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all again soon, hopefully, in a race near you.